Hello, and welcome back to Road TRIpVIA, the once-a-day road trip trivia quiz. Today's episode is number 524. The category will be famous novels. This is a 21-question trivia quiz, and every one of the answers will be the title of a very famous, usually a classic novel. Thank you for watching, and good luck on today's quiz. Question 1. What is the title of the 1813 Jane Austen novel that follows the turbulent relationship between Elizabeth Bennet, the daughter of a country gentleman, and Fitzwilliam Darcy, a rich aristocratic landowner? The answer is Pride and Prejudice. Question 2. What was the title of the novel by Aldous Huxley, published in 1932, that presents a nightmarish vision of a future society set in 2540 CE, which the novel identifies as the year AF 632, which stands for After Ford? That novel is called Brave New World. Question 3. What 1847 Charlotte Bronte novel follows the story of a seemingly plain and simple girl as she battles through life's struggles, including her cruel and abusive Aunt Reed and her love for Rochester, and Rochester's marriage to Bertha? The answer is Jane Eyre. Question 4. What 1866 Fyodor Dostoevsky novel focuses on the mental and moral anguish of Rodion Raskolnikov, an impoverished student in St. Petersburg who formulates a plan to kill an unscrupulous pawnbroker for her money? The answer is Crime and Punishment. Question 5. When Tom Robinson, one of the town's black residents, is falsely accused of a crime, Atticus Finch agrees to defend him despite threats from the community in what 1960 novel by Harper Lee? The answer is To Kill a Mockingbird. Question 6. A short adventure novel by Jack London, published in 1903 and set in the Yukon, Canada during the 1890s Klondike Gold Rush. What is the title of the popular novel whose central character is a dog named Buck? The answer is Call of the Wild. Question 7. An 1851 novel by Herman Melville, what book is the sailor Ishmael's narrative of the obsessive quest of Ahab, captain of the whaling ship Pequod, for revenge on a giant sperm whale that bit off his leg at the knee? The answer is Moby Dick. Question 8. A fantasy novel for children by C.S. Lewis. What is the title of the 1950 novel that was the first published and best known of 7 novels in the Chronicles of Narnia series of stories set in a mythical land ruled by the White Witch? The answer is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Question 9. Subtitled The Modern Prometheus, What 1818 novel written by Mary Shelley tells the story of a young scientist who creates a sapient creature in an unorthodox scientific experiment? The answer is Frankenstein. Question 10. What is the title of the 1925 novel by writer F. Scott Fitzgerald that is set in the Jazz Age on Long Island and depicts narrator Nick Carraway's interactions with a mysterious millionaire? The answer is The Great Gatsby. Question 11. Written in 1962 by Ken Kesey, what is the title of the novel set in an Oregon psychiatric hospital whose narrative serves as a study of the institutional processes and the human mind? Ken Kesey wrote One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Question 12. When it was published in 1949, the story was set just a few decades in the future. What novel is a dystopian social science fiction story by George Orwell on the consequences of totalitarianism and mass surveillance? The answer is 1984. Question 13. Set during the Great Depression, what 1939 novel focuses on the Joads, a poor family of tenant farmers driven from their Oklahoma home in drought, economic hardship, agricultural industry changes, and bank foreclosures? The Joads are from The Grapes of Wrath. Question 14. The Lord of the Rings is an epic high fantasy novel set in Middle-earth by the English author and scholar J.R.R. Tolkien. What were the titles of the 3 volumes of this novel? The answer is The Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, and The Return of the King. Question 15. A non-fiction novel by Truman Capote, first published in 1966. What is the title of the book that details the 1959 murders of 4 members of the Herbert Clutter family in the small community of Holcomb, Kansas? That novel was called In Cold Blood. Question 16. Set in the 1840s in the town of St. Petersburg, which is based on Hannibal, Missouri, where the author Mark Twain lived as a boy, what was the title of the 1876 novel about a boy growing up along the Mississippi River? The answer is The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. Question 17. What Dickens novel follows the childhood and young adult years of Pip, a blacksmith's apprentice in a country village that suddenly comes into a large fortune from a mysterious benefactor and moves to London, where he enters high society? That novel was called Great Expectations. Question 18. A satirical war novel by American author Joseph Heller What is the title of the 1961 novel set during World War II from 1942 to 1944 that mainly follows the life of anti-hero Captain John Yossarian? The answer is Catch-22. Question 19. What is the title of the 1897 Gothic horror novel by Bram Stoker that tells the story of a creature's attempt to move from Transylvania to England so that he may find new blood and spread the undead curse? The answer is Dracula. Question 20. Considered to be one of the best examples of the literary nonsense genre, what 1865 novel by English author Lewis Carroll tells of a young girl who falls through a rabbit hole into a subterranean fantasy world? The answer is Alice's Adventure in Wonderland. Alright, that is it for today. Thank you for watching today's episode of Road TRIpVIA. Check back tomorrow for the new Brainy Tuesday, and later this week we'll have a brand new Trebek Trivia. That's the 21 question trivia quiz with questions from the television show Jeopardy that are altered slightly so you can answer in the form of an answer, not in the form of a question. We had a comment on one of our videos earlier about a couple of guys that were watching these videos while camping up in Scotland, and that gave me a great idea. I was gonna throw their picture and do a little thing, maybe do their picture on a thumbnail for this video, but then I thought I'm just gonna do a Scotland trivia quiz. And we have a UK week coming up of UK themed trivia, kings and queens, Scotland, Wales, England, stuff like that. So be looking forward to that. I'm going to put their picture on the thumbnail of that trivia quiz. I think it's so awesome when people from all over are watching this trivia channel, and I really love pictures. I got a cool picture of them holding up a Road TRIpVIA sign. I just love that kind of stuff. So definitely going to make it on the thumbnail of the Scotland trivia quiz that's coming up soon. Hope you guys had a great camping trip. Here is question 21 for today. Published in 1951 and written by J.D. Salinger, what novel's protagonist, named Holden Caulfield, has become an icon for teenage rebellion? Holden Caulfield is from the novel The Catcher in the Rye. Thank you for watching. Have a great week.